This is Jeff Richards, Columbus, Ohio. You're listening to Barbecue Central.
In a world permeated with barbecue websites under the control of tyrannical administrators, there was one man, a one-man army. He broke all the rules. He allowed his members to speak out, give their opinions, and make the website what it is today. Get ready for Greg Rempe and the Barbecue Central Show.
Cleveland, Ohio, it's the Barbecue Central Show.
Barbecue Central Show. What's up? A very good Tuesday evening to you, wherever you may be. Welcome to the show. Thanks for pulling up a chair. Always appreciate you joining me for this fun little thing we do every Tuesday here on LA Talk Radio, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which is the Barbecue Central Show. As always, got a great show lined up for you. So if you know what you want to talk about tonight and you want to jump in on the phone, please do it. And you can dial this number to do that, 216-220-0966. That's 216-220-0966. If you are so inclined to get on the air, if you don't want to call in by telephone, but you'd still like to dial in a question, you can do that via email simply by typing in the address bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. That's bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. And, of course, as you have your email client open, go ahead and blast off the link, latalkradio.com, to some of your friends that might be interested in outdoor live fire cooking in any sense, barbecue, smoking, grilling, whatever. Send them the link. Send 5 people the link. Tell them that you're a Centralite and you would like them to think about becoming Centralites so we can grow the listenership, so we can bring the show to the new level that I'm striving it to take it to. Again, latalkradio.com is a link to send them to. bbqcentralradio@gmail.com, the email address, phone number, 216-220-0966. Of course, you can always keep up with everything that's important in the world of barbecue and grilling by going to the website, thebarbecuecentral.com. And if you've missed a show here on LA Talk Radio, you can click on the homepage, or on the homepage, there's a Barbecue Central badge there on the left-hand side or on the right-hand side tonight with my face on it. Click on that. It'll take you to the bio page of the Barbecue Central Show, and there's a full list of archives there on the latalkradio.com homepage. And, of course, if you're an iTuner, go to iTunes, search me by author name, and you have the latalkradio.com shows there available as well. So however you want to get it. I'm actually been requested by a person out in Wisconsin to go. My man is on dial-up, so he cannot actually even listen to the show live anymore, or not even anymore. Just couldn't do it because he doesn't have the bandwidth to do it. So he's asked me to put every single podcast down on CD. So I'm pricing that out. Interested? Drop me a line. I only mark up all of my products times 3 over cost, which I think is like standard in anything that has to do with barbecue and grilling. So keep note of that. So here's what we have going on the show tonight. Next segment, I'll be joined by Kosher barbecue expert. That's right. You heard me correctly. Kosher barbecue expert Eric Weinstein. He's going to be talking to us about obviously, Hanukkah's coming up, major Jewish holiday, and I'm not Jewish myself. I don't know if the last name gives it away or not. But I'm not well-versed in the whole culture there, and they're not allowed to eat pork, what factions of the religion are or maybe aren't, and what kosher means, what the kosher process is, what foods they are allowed to eat, what foods they aren't allowed to eat, and maybe what they use in place of pork. I mean, barbecue people are falling off their chairs as we speak. No pork ribs, no pork butt. It's like the 2 of the 4 holy grail that has to do with barbecue. Can't even think about. Well, you can think about it. Can't eat it. So we'll talk to him about that. Third segment, was supposed to be joined by Rhonda DeFelice of Green and Easy Living to talk about greening up your everyday barbecue and grilling activities. But she has canceled on me. She's actually an actress in real life, and she stars as a background actress on the TV series 24. She was called into work, so she canceled on me last minute. But my good friend Fred Bernardo of Fred's Music and Barbecue in beautiful Shillington, Pennsylvania, will be joining me. Benefit of him coming on versus Rhonda, you'll be getting a chance to win a pack of the Tasty Licks Smoking Guitar Player's original barbecue rub. So when he comes on in the third segment, you call in during that segment, and he'll hook you up with the original rub from Tasty Licks Barbecue. Fred's Music and BBQ.com, TastyLicksBBQ.com. For those that are interested, and of course, the fourth segment, Free For All, the most popular segment on any internet radio show, sweeping this great nation and world of ours. For your chance, of course, to win a 2-pack of Petey River Swamp Sauce, which can be found at swampsauce.com. Remember, that was the barbecue sauce winner, the official Barbecue Central barbecue sauce winner of the contest we held last year. And it doesn't look like we're going to get one in here of 2008, rapidly coming to a close. And, of course, the one Billy Bones Goes Green gift pack. One lucky winner will win that. Of course, that whole package thing, you can use the packaging to start your fire. You can use the wood of the box to put in your smoker for smoke flavor. It's all consumable. It's as green as it gets, and I thank Billy Bones for that. And, of course, he's at BillyBonesBBQ.com. So that's what we have going on tonight. Let me give you your contact information once more. Phone number 216-220-0966. Email bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. And when we come back, we will have Eric Weinstein to talk about everything that is good in the world of kosher barbecue. Third segment, Fred Bernardo, your chance to win some original rub from him, Tasty Licks Barbecue, and then the giveaways, fourth segment, Free For All. All that and more. Place your phone calls, your emails. We're keeping it live in 95. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show.
Forget going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at Fred's Music and BBQ.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries every single part and accessory for the egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Then check out our full lineup of Traeger smoker grills. Fred also carries Pro Q Barbecue, Bradley, and Weber smokers, as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new cooker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue and grilling experience a success. Fred is a direct retailer of companies that sponsor the Barbecue Central show, like Wolf Rub Barbecue Seasonings and the folks at the Barbecue Guru. But you can also get your hands on a full lineup of spices, rubs, and sauces to marinades, accessories, lump charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools by Stephen Reichland of Barbecue U fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful downtown Shillington, Pennsylvania.
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose, like ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at TheBarbecueGuru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. sauce. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
To get on the Barbecue Central Show, call 216-220-0966.
Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
Welcome back. It's the Barbecue Central Show here on LA Talk Radio. Thanks for joining me on this Tuesday evening. Don't forget, next segment, we have Fred Bernardo giving away some of his Tasty Licks barbecue rub, the original rub, and then a 4-segment free-for-all, 2-pack of Petey River Swamp Sauce, and then the Billy Bones Goes Green gift pack. So stay tuned for that. As promised, joining me now is a guy by the name of Eric Weinstein, and we'll be talking about kosher barbecue. Eric, thanks for joining me tonight. How are you?
Great, Greg. Thanks for having me on tonight.
And you're coming through loud and clear, so I appreciate that. Landlines are wonderful things, I tell you.
Yeah.
Much better than the cell phones doing this type of thing. So thanks for joining me tonight, Eric. You have actually been on your local radio, maybe even regionally, talking about kosher barbecue. And obviously we have Hanukkah coming up soon. Not that necessarily is a jump-off point, but certainly good enough for us. You had contacted me via email, and we kind of brainstormed this segment. I thought it was interesting enough to actually bring out and have people at least hear and learn about. So what I found most interesting when we were corresponding was, of course, that there was a point in your life where you actually did consume the pork butt and pork ribs and pork in general. So that was kind of like, I guess, bad or whatever. But then you've since now, kind of adhered more to the not eating the pork part. What's it like going from, the majesty of pork to now having to look at it but can't eat it?
Well, I suppose if you're a big fan of pork, if it was something that you really, really enjoyed, then, probably you would miss it. But, I was at a point in my life where my wife and I were, going to get married, and we made some agreements. I was not raised in a particularly observant household. My dad owned a diner, as I mentioned to you off air when we were brainstorming. And, we used to have all the typical diner foods, and I would eat all of that sort of stuff. But as I got a little bit older and my wife and I decided how we were going to run our own household, we just decided to keep a kosher home, which would mean leaving not just pork products behind, but also the mixing of dairy and meat and some other regulations that we have to follow as well.
Now, what exactly in the history of the faith, what is it about pork that the Jewish faith doesn't like, or what is the the point that says we don't want you to eat that?
Well, there's some references in what most people refer to as the Old Testament, which is the Hebrew Bible, going way back in a couple of the original 5 books, Leviticus and Deuteronomy. There are some references about certain things that you can't consume. One prohibition is boiling a calf in its mother's milk, and that's where we get the prohibition upon mixing dairy and meat products. And then also there's a list of prohibited foods or prohibited animals, and among them are all sorts of swine, as well as scavenger birds, birds of prey, as well as scavenger fish, such as shellfish, bottom dwellers. And I think, having read a little bit about it recently, both in preparation for this discussion and just for my own edification, it does seem to be that, and the majority of people I think would agree, that back then it would have been very unhealthy to eat wild pig, that there's, something about eating an animal that back then was probably very fatty. We know that the habits of swine tend to be a little bit about, mucking around in their own filth. And so I think the original prohibitions as they were developed out of the Old Testament really was more of a cleanliness and a health issue than anything else.
Now, the term gets thrown around a lot here, all the time, which is a kosher. But what exactly does kosher mean, and what's all behind it?
Well, there's a couple of different steps to something being kosher. First of all, by definition, the item has to be kosher. So, a cow is a kosher animal. Goat, sheep, lamb, those are kosher animals. So, at the beginning, you have to have an animal that by definition is kosher. So a pig under any circumstance could never be kosher. But the second step to consuming meat that is labeled as kosher would mean that not only was the animal kosher when it was alive, but then it was slaughtered in accordance with the traditions of kosher slaughtering, which in a cow slaughtering would mean, not to be too graphic, but would mean the slaughtering and termination of the cow in accordance with standards that have been followed, for thousands of years, which would mean using a blade to slit its throat, to let it bleed out, but a blade that has to be pure and perfect without imperfections, cuts or nicks or anything. You're not supposed to cause the animal any additional harm. And then there are some butchering standards that go along with keeping kosher. Now, people who butcher kosher meat and who ultimately sell kosher meat know that you cannot sell anything from the 10th rib on back on a cow under a kosher supervision. Those cuts of meat, anything from the 10th rib back, get discarded to a non-kosher butcher. So people who observe the kosher rules, only eat animals that are by definition in the Hebrew Bible to be kosher, B, have been slaughtered in accordance with kosher standards, and C, on a cow, exist from basically the front two-thirds of the animal.
Very interesting. Eric Weinstein is our guest. We're talking about kosher barbecue. Now, what process must take place? And I guess maybe you more or less kind of just talked about that, but what's the process that needs to take place in order to deem that kosher? Did you pretty much cover it all right there?
Well, I covered it in a very general sense, but in addition to the slaughtering process and the butchering process, generally there is a rabbi or somebody who's been trained to oversee the process. So a kosher slaughterhouse is constantly being watched. There's like the Hebrew National commercial would say, they answer to a higher authority.
Right.
So it's not only Department of Agriculture, oversight, and every other regulatory agency that the government has, but in addition, they have to have somebody that has been certified by some kosher oversight group that is watching every step of the process to make sure it is done exactly in accordance with the way it's been done for thousands of years. And then ultimately, as I said, it's processed down to the kosher butcher, who also is supervised. So once it gets to the stores, a store that is selling meat that is actually certified as kosher is also being watched by somebody from the local kosher authority who's keeping an eye on what's going on.
Wow, so a lot of rules, a lot of restrictions, a lot of overseeing. So
absolutely. Now
that you're not taking part in the pork, have you found yourself, aside from brisket, obviously, I mean that's obviously well related to the Jewish faith as well. Brisket, more of a braising versus barbecuing, but nonetheless, brisket and chicken. Have you found yourself substituting something else in for the pork products that you like to tell us about?
Well, I don't really miss the pork products, but what I've decided to do, or what I've basically done, is adopted some of the similar methods that I read about and I watch on TV, the way people cook pork products, and I just try to find an equivalent cut of beef, or beef ribs are a big favorite of mine. So I don't eat pork ribs. I don't eat baby back ribs or St. Louis cut ribs. I don't eat pork butt or pork shoulder.
Right.
But you know what? I'm very satisfied with a rack of beef ribs. My butcher tends to give them to me, very, very meaty, much more meat than you could really expect or should expect. And I enjoy, beef ribs. I jumped right into brisket. I've always heard, and listening to your show, listening to Dr. Barbecue Ray Lampe, and some of your other guests, they always talk about how brisket's one of the hardest cuts to cook, how it's one of the hardest cuts to smoke over the really long term, how it's not a great training meat. It's not the type of meat you want to learn how to barbecue on. But I'll tell you, because of our kosher observances, brisket is my number one thing to smoke. And I jumped right into it back in '99 when I first started doing it, and I love doing it. And just a couple of months back, I smoked almost 40 pounds of brisket on my smoker one night leading into the Jewish holidays, and I really enjoy brisket. And sometimes I undercook it a little bit to like 190 or 191, which is undercooked for me, where I slice it and it's more of a sandwich, cut, or I cook it a little bit further to 202 to 205, and it's a little more pulled, and so it emulates in a lot of ways some of the things I'm not getting since I'm just bypassing the whole pork thing.
And does the family prefer the smoked brisket or the more traditional braised in the oven?
Oh, no, I think my family, my kids especially, and usually our guests, because we usually have a big crowd on the holidays when I'm serving all that, they definitely prefer the smoked brisket. I'm not trying to brag, but it is one of the better things that I think I can do on the smoker. People really like the smoked food in general, so I've done everything from hot smoked salmon, not Lux style salmon, which is more of a cured salmon, but truly hot smoked salmon. We do chicken. I can do a beer can chicken. I've done turkeys. I've done boneless turkey breasts. I've done duck. Duck was a little risky because it's so fatty, but I've done duck a couple of times. I really enjoy that. And then there's the brisket, and I've done vegetables. I do cabbage. We do a whole bunch of things on the smoker. I have right now I'm focusing on my Primo oval. I have an extra large oval, which is as you probably a Kamado style ceramic smoker, and I can fit an awful lot in there. I have the multi-level racks, so I could get some chickens on there at the same time over the short term that I may have a brisket on one half of it. So we can do a lot of different things.
Any type of website or anything you're looking to promote here before we wrap up?
Well, I do have a blog. It's the criticalpalate.com. That's critical, PALATE.com. I have a lot of commentary on there about some of the restaurants that I eat at locally. We do eat out, so I've just said that. I've let the cat out of the bag a little bit. Even though we keep kosher in our home, and even though we avoid eating, pork and shellfish and the like here at home, because of the circumstances we find ourselves in, there aren't a whole lot of kosher restaurants to eat out at, but we do eat out, and so I have the occasion, and I don't eat pork or shellfish when I'm out. So we stick to the rules as best we can when we're eating out. We only eat things that by definition would have been kosher had they been slaughtered properly. So I'll eat a hamburger out, in other words, or I'll eat a piece of chicken out. I still won't eat pork, and I still won't eat shellfish. But we still go to some of the local barbecue joints, and I might get some brisket every now and then, or I'll eat things like that. So I post a lot of commentary and a lot of thoughts about that on my blog. It's thecriticalpalate.com, and feel free to go visit. And I have some pictures of my own barbecue product that I've produced, some brisket and some chicken over the years. It's some pictures of my smoker, and it's a chuckle, I think.
Yeah, everybody, all the barbecuers love the food porn when people put it up there. So Eric Weinstein is a kosher barbecue expert, and we'll make sure we get the link up there in the show notes for his blog. Eric, appreciate you coming on tonight, talking about kosher style barbecue, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks a lot, Greg. Appreciate you having me on.
Take care. Eric Weinstein. Sapo, I know where you're going. I'm telling you to stop now. All right, when we come back, we'll have Fred Bernardo. So get ready. When I come back, I'll tell you to call in so you can win the rub. The Tasty Licks original rub. You know what I'm saying? Stick around. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose, like ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at TheBarbecueGuru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
Forget going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at Fred's Music and BBQ.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries every single part and accessory for the egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Then check out our full lineup of Traeger smoker grills. Fred also carries Pro Q barbecue, Bradley, and Weber smokers, as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new cooker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue and grilling experience a success. Fred is a direct retailer of companies that sponsor the Barbecue Central show, like Wolf Rub Barbecue Seasonings and the folks at the Barbecue Guru. But you can also get your hands on a full lineup of spices, rubs, and sauces to marinades, accessories, lump charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools by Stephen Reichland of Barbecue U fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful downtown Shillington, Pennsylvania.
On your computer, on your Wi-Fi radio, on your iPhone. Commercial-free, original talk. Only on LA Talk Radio, your favorite talk station. Let's get back to the Barbecue Central show on LA Talk Radio.
Barbecue Central show here on LA Talk Radio on your Tuesday evening. Thanks again to Eric Weinstein for talking to us about kosher barbecue. Getting a lot of emails in about that. A lot of interesting thoughts about what that's all about. I don't think a lot of people have heard the kosher whole process in its entirety and its in-depthness. I just made that word up. And I want to thank Eric again for coming on. And I believe he was criticalpalate.com was his website. So without further ado, let's bring in our next guest. Of course, he is the proprietor of Fred's Music and Barbecue in beautiful Shillington, Pennsylvania. That's Fred Bernardo. Fred, thanks for coming on tonight. How are you?
Good, Greg. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Man, you're sounding excellent tonight and the best voice ever.
Thank you very much. Well, we have the new technology in place.
That's right. So we're Fred and I are now Skype to Skype, which makes it sound like he is right here next to me in Cleveland, Ohio. And I appreciate you coming on tonight because my green guest had backed out on me because she has to act on the TV show 24. So I appreciate your last-second fill-in. And, of course, I just want to let everybody know that during this segment, if you're so willing to call in right now, 216-220-0966 is the number to call in, and we'll be giving away Fred's Tasty Licks, Smoking Guitar Player's original barbecue rub. So if you're so interested in that, Fred, give us a little background on that particular rub, the flavor profile, and what it's good on, and then we'll get a winner.
Okay. Well, this is the original rub that I always used. I've been using for a long time. I started out on pork butts, ribs, those type of things, and through the years, we cook a lot at the store where we do a lot of demo cooking, and we started dumping it on chicken wings, and oh man, it was good on that. Then we were putting it on thighs and whole chickens, and we haven't used it on too many beef products, although I did do a couple of briskets with it. But we've put it on popcorn, corn on the cob. It has a salty, some salt, some peppery profile, black pepper, not cayenne. but more of a black pepper, salty and sweet, sugary at the same time, plus sort of the barbecue, what I call the traditional barbecue taste. So really is just one of our favorites, and I didn't want to limit it and put any kind of moniker on it that it would just be for pork or just for ribs, because it really is a good sort of all-around thing, and it stays a favorite at all times at our store.
All right, so we'll go right to the phones to area code 256, Barbecue Central Radio, name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, hey, Greg, I'm calling from Huntsville, Alabama.
Huntsville is in the house again. Is this Phil?
This is Phil, better known as Big Orange Smoker.
Big Orange Smoker. Phil, you won the last 30 days.
I won Billy Bones, one swamp sauce, and Billy Bones going green, and looking to try some of this salt lick.
What do you think, Fred? Does Phil get the original rub? It's up to you.
I think if you get his information, we'll be happy to send him one and let him give it a try, and maybe he can spread the word down there where he is.
All right. Phil, go ahead, send me that shipping information. We'll get it over to Fred, and you'll get hooked up with the Tasty Licks Smoking Guitar Player's original barbecue rub.
Hey, thanks, Greg.
All right, take care, Phil. Phil,
enjoy it, Phil.
Phil has like the hair trigger fingers. That guy is winning like every other week. So I think I have to implement the 30-day rule on him. He's won everything that is possibly there is to win at this point. So,
well, you know what? If he loves it, we'll send it to him.
There you go. So we'll look for that from Phil. Now, aside from all the rub stuff that we've been kind of promoting on your end, you do actually have a retail facility, both in the brick and mortar sense and then online. So Christmas is coming up, Hanukkah's coming up, all the holidays for your various gifting wares are coming down the pike here. So what do you think is good? What's popular that you're seeing fly out of the store for the barbecue and grill person in your life?
Well, I got to tell you, Greg, both in our retail showroom, which is in Shillington, Pennsylvania, and on our online web presence at fredsmusicandbbq.com, we've been having some great business. I just want to say I just tonight received my 3,000th online order in a little over 14 months. So it's really been a good thing. So anyway, for Christmas, the holidays, we do a lot of business, and we're selling one of the things we're selling a lot of is the beer can turkey rack, the Turcan rack. We have it on special price on our homepage of our website. Also, people get a lot of things like chicken racks. Cooking racks are very good gifts. Spices and sauces are good gifts. Various quarts of different types of pans, specialty cooking tools, toolkits, spatulas, tongs, that type of thing. And we have a lot of Steve Racklin's products, and he has a lot of really good stuff. Like he has a complete kit for ribs. Everything you need to do ribs in a box, and that's a really nice gift.
Now, are you seeing any type of surge in, let's say, thermometers, like meat thermometers or anything like that?
Well, you know what? They're strong all the time. Thermopens are strong, and the Maverick ET73, which is that dual smoker thermometer, that we sell those every day. We sell Thermopens every day, and we sell some of the lesser expensive thermometers, the $20, $30 ones, the stick-ins or the stick-and-stays, or Big Green Egg has one for $39.95. I call it almost instant read. It takes 4 or 5 seconds as opposed to 1 or 2 seconds, I guess.
I was going to say, you carry that Highline Thermopen. Now, I guess to the outsider or the novice, to spend $85, $90 on an instant read meat thermometer seems absolutely mind-boggling. But can you justify to somebody why they would want to take that route, or do you actually have to see what they're cooking and what they're doing in order to best decide, do you want the almost or do you want the real top-of-the-line model?
Right. Well, let me tell you, it's $89.99 on our website, and we do give free shipping on that one item. It's the only thing on my whole website that has free shipping. And, if you're going to get one and use it a lot, that baby does work better than all the others. We have tried absolutely everything else on the market. Nothing even comes close to the speed. I must say it's probably the least profitable product I have in the store and the one I sell the most of on the website. But if you've got the money and you want to, like, for instance, if you're cooking on a Big Green Egg and you've got high temperatures, you're doing steaks or something, you don't want your hand in there too long.
Right.
and no matter what kind of glove you have on. So it's nice to have something. I mean, that thing does work very, very good, and certainly much faster than the next closest competition.
And are you still selling the Weber Smoky Mountain stacker products and all those associated Pro Q type model products?
Absolutely, yes. We have the Pro Qs, we have the stackers, we have those stackers for the Weber Smoky Mountains. We have good prices on the Pro Qs, and we also have some Pro Qs that were like factory seconds, that were returned because they were scratched or for whatever reason. So I don't have those priced on the website, but if anybody would call me directly, I can make them a really good deal on one with like some scratches or a little dent or something in it, I have maybe 4 or 5 of those right now, but we have all those products. We have the Weber Smoky Mountain stackers in stock, and we ship the next day. So yeah, that's a really nice. It would be a really nice present, huh? How about a new smoker?
Sounds good to me. And what's the phone number if people want to give you a holler?
They can call us at 1-800-677-2882. And they can always just email me, Fred at fredsmusicandbbq. That's ANDBBQ.com. Fred at fredsmusicandbbq. It's like one word. And I'll handle them personally, or they can call the store, and myself or Toby or one of my guys will take care of them.
Fred, always appreciate the conversation. Again, thanks for being able to come on in such short notice and backfill the open segment, talking about what's hot for the holiday season coming up. And, of course, we'll have you on again soon. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, Greg.
All right,
take care.
Fred Bernardo, again, his website, fredsmusicandbbq.com. He's in Shillington, Pennsylvania. If you just happen to be around the area, you want to stop by and say hi. They're always cooking something out there. And yes, Fred is a wonderful guitar player. You can go to fredsmusic.com. There's a link. If you go to fredsmusicandbbq.com, there's a link over to his music store, and there is actual YouTube video of Fred doing some hot licks on the guitar. So very good guitar player. So that's where the name comes from. Smoking guitar player. Original barbecue rub going out to Phil White from Huntsville, Alabama, who is now has a 30-day ban on winning anything. Hey, folks, get those touch-tone fingers ready, because next segment, we're going to win the 2-pack of Petey River Swamp Sauce and the Billy Bones Goes Green gift pack. Stand by. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
Forget going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at fredsmusicandbbq.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries every single part and accessory for the egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Then check out our full lineup of Traeger smoker grills. Fred also carries Pro Q barbecue, Bradley, and Weber smokers, as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new cooker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue and grilling experience a success. Fred is a direct retailer of companies that sponsor the Barbecue Central show, like Wolf Rub Barbecue Seasonings and the folks at the Barbecue Guru. But you can also get your hands on a full lineup of spices, rubs, and sauces to marinades, accessories, lump charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools by Stephen Reichland of Barbecue U fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful downtown Shillington, Pennsylvania.
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose, like ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, sheesh, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at TheBarbecueGuru.com. That's www.TheBBQGuru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
The phone lines are open on the Barbecue Central Show.
Barbecue Central Show.
Call 216-220-0966 to get on the air. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
All right, wrapping up another show here on Barbecue Central, LATalkRadio.com. This is your Tuesday evening show. This is the part where we win. Well, not we, you win. I give away. Thanks to the gracious sponsors of the fourth segment free-for-all. So let's get right to it. Let me pull up the sound level here. We go to area code 541, Barbecue Central Show, name and where you're calling from.
My name is Sandy, better known as Mother Hen.
Sandy, how are you tonight?
I'm just fine, Greg. So what did I win?
Well, currently you're the first caller in, so you can win either a 2-pack of PD River Swamp Sauce or
I want Billy's Green.
The Billy Bones Goes Green.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I've been trying for 3 weeks now.
See, persistence pays off. You know, I always say persistence pays off when it comes to the Barbecue Central Show. And Sandy, no better example than that tonight. Billy Bones Goes Green, right to you tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Sandy,
love you, Greg.
Thank you. Send me your shipping information. I'll get that down to Billy, and we'll get you hooked right up.
I'll sure do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Sandy, calling in. We go to area code 941. Name and where you're calling from.
I'll bet that bitch is going to get what I want. Oh, hi, Greg. This is Dan from Wachula.
Hey, Dan. Where you been, man? What's up?
Well, I've been here the whole time. I listen every week, and I just wanted to call up and listen, tell the whole viewing audience that Merry Christmas.
Viewing audience?
And that I got a new pet.
Viewing audience?
Yeah.
All right. You got a new pet?
I did. But before I do that, did I win? I think that lady, Sandy or Sandra or whatever, just took what I wanted. What's left?
Well, she took the Billy Bones Goes Green, and there's a 2-pack of swamp sauce, PD River Swamp Sauce, which can be found at swampsauce.com if you're so interested.
Oh, that's what I wanted. I want that.
You want the swamp sauce?
Sure.
All right, and then what was the name of your new pet, Dan? You sound very excited. You wanted to tell us.
Well, you remember Weasel, my cat?
Yes.
Well, Weasel's been, he was kind of lonely, so I got this new pet.
Yeah.
It's a dog, and I called him, his formal name is Richard.
Yes.
But when I call him, I just go outside and I say, "Here, Dick!"
Did that really happen? Dan, you know I hated to run you. Always love you have you calling in, Dan. Always love. You can call in anytime. I don't care. We go to area code 469, name and where you're calling from.
Greg.
Yes.
Hey, this is Smoking Ronnie in Little Elm, Texas. How you doing, man?
Good, Ronnie. How are you?
Very good. Watching you right now on the U.S. stream. This is awesome.
Hey, well, if you're so interested, we have a 2-pack of PD River Swamp Sauce up for grabs. If you want it, just claim.
Man,
your
that's
steak.
what I was wanting. The swamp sauce. Awesome. Very good.
That's right. Well, you get the 2-pack of PD River Swamp Sauce, and that's from our good friends at PD River Swamp Sauce at swampsauce.com. So all you need to do is send me your shipping info, and we'll get that down to Tim and the boys, and he'll hook you right up.
Hey, man, you got it. Great show. I love your show.
All right, Ronnie. Thanks a lot.
Very good. Thanks, sir.
Ronnie Holcomb. Smoking Ronnie. Harry Carey says, "Hey, Smoking Ronnie. You just won 2-pack of PD River Swamp Sauce. Hey." We're working the phone lines right now. Area code 318, Barbecue Central Show, name and where you're calling from.
Well, dang, Danny Parker, Winfield, Louisiana.
Hey, Danny, how are you?
Oh, doing good. I just heard the guy won the swamp sauce.
Oh, man.
That's 2 weeks in a row.
I know. What's going on with that?
I couldn't get through.
You couldn't?
Busy.
It was busy?
Yep. You had a good following tonight, didn't you?
Well, I try and tell people right before we go to that last break to get ready to call in. So that should be like, immediately fingers should be blazing up the telepad.
I had you on speed dial.
Here's what you want to do tonight, Danny. Send me your shipping info. I just got my hands on some very small sampler size rubs that I've tried out, and then I got 4, so I can give you 2 as just kind of like a holdover until next week.
Okay.
So
all right.
Go ahead and shoot me your shipping information on it, and I'll hook you up.
I'll give it out to you.
All right, man.
Hey, enjoyed the show. Enjoyed the Kosher guy.
I appreciate it. Thanks for calling in.
All right.
Take care. Danny, man, 2 weeks in a row. No soup for you. Sorry about that. It happens. You got it. 4-segment free-for-all is just that. It's a free-for-all. You gotta almost, as my dad always used to say, cheat to win. Right? Why not? All right, let's wrap it up. I want to thank my guest tonight, Eric Weinstein, kosher barbecue expert, talking about all things kosher and the barbecue. Thanks to Eric. Thanks to Fred Bernardo for backfilling my green segment, talking about all the gifts that are flying out of his store for the barbecue and grill person. If you have a special loved one that is in need of some type of grilling and barbecue paraphernalia, that's the place you want to go, and that's fredsmusicandbbq.com. You can also call the 8 number he gave out if you wrote it down. If not, I suggest the web, fredsmusicandbbq.com. Thanks to the callers. Thanks to Dan from Wachula calling in. Man, it's been a while, Dan. Sorry I had to run you. Thanks to Sandy for winning the Billy Bones Goes Green gift pack, and Ronnie, Smokin' Ronnie, winning the 2-pack of Petey River Swamp Sauce. I want to thank Billy Bones, and you can find him at BillyBonesBBQ.com for the Billy Bones Goes Green gift pack. Makes a great gift item for the holidays. So does Swamp Sauce, and you can find that at SwampSauce.com. Thanks to Billy, and thanks to Tim for those. Don't forget to stay tuned after me at 10 o'clock. We have Broad Topics with your hosts, Laura, Joan, Kelly, and Jillian. I have no show topic tonight because they're a little tardy on getting back to me. But look, it's 4 women talking about whatever women talk about. I mean, why wouldn't you want to tune into that? That's 10 o'clock following me. Carryover, Central Lights, show the love. Thanks to my man, Sam Hassan, for running the sound in Southern Los Angeles. We'll see you back here next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the guys from BaconSalt.com. BaconSalt.com. Tell your friends and neighbors it's going to be a blowout. Until then, I'm your program host, Greg Rempe, proud U.S. American. Good night now.
Forget going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at fredsmusicandbbq.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries every single part and accessory for the egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Then check out our full lineup of Traeger smoker grills. Fred also carries Pro-Q barbecue, Bradley, and Weber smokers, as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new cooker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue and grilling experience a success. Fred is a direct retailer of companies that sponsor the Barbecue Central show, like Wolf Rub Barbecue Seasonings and the folks at the Barbecue Guru. But you can also get your hands on a full lineup of spices, rubs, and sauces to marinades, accessories, love charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools by Stephen Reichland of Barbecue U fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful downtown Shillington, Pennsylvania.
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose, like ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at TheBarbecueGuru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.